Hi Aquarius, welcome to February and happy Valentine's Day. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I'm going to call in some good energy. So this month we have a full moon in Leo, which is in your 7th house of marriage, relationships, committed partnerships. And then on the 16th, Mercury goes retrograde into Pisces. And then on the 23rd, we have a new moon in Pisces, and that's falling in your 2nd house. So that will bring up some money issues this month, or at least what you value, new beginnings. So let's see what the cards say about love and relationship for Aquarius. And for some of you, you might even be having a birthday in the beginning of February. So happy birthday, Aquarius. Okay, what does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of February 2020? What does Aquarius need to know about relationships for February 2020? Love and relationships. What's coming up for Aquarius? Okay, let's see what we have. The Emperor. Oh, that kind of flew out of the deck. Okay, the 8 of Pentacles. The Hierophant. The 8 of Swords. The 5 of Wands. The Tower. The Devil. The Page of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. The Queen of Cups. Okay, so starting out, you have the Emperor. You're trying to build something solid in February. The Emperor is the card of the executive, the boss, the entrepreneur, the person in charge. He wants to build something. He's very responsible, very organized. He could be an ex-military. But he wants to build something that will last, and he's very dependable. So I feel like you're starting the month out focused on career or some kind of career path because you have the 8 of Pentacles. So you might be taking a different direction with your career. In the past, you might have been working with an organization that was very rigid and not open to change and not really open to your ideas. You had innovative ideas, but this place was very stubborn and very stuck in their ways, and you felt trapped and stagnated. And also there's a lot of competition. Like you felt like no matter what you were trying to do, you were up against everyone fighting against you, not wanting to cooperate. Even in a relationship, if you've recently started, you're at the beginning stages. You might have left a relationship where the person was very stubborn and you just couldn't get through to them. And you felt stagnated and stuck in that too. I feel like it's both career and relationship that you were just dealing with energy that was just keeping you feeling like you were in a prison. Like you couldn't move, you couldn't do the things you wanted to do, and you had a battle with people around you just to get your ideas accepted. And so coming up in the future, you have this 5 of Wands. That can be competition. So there could be a relationship, like maybe you're interested in someone and there's a lot of competition around this person. Or if it has to do with a work project, you feel like people are just not seeing eye to eye. You're just fighting over petty stuff. And that could even be in a relationship too. Like there's nothing like major, but you're just like arguing over little stuff. but it's wearing the relationship down. Tower is coming. Tower represents an awakening, major change, restructuring. I feel like you're going to be freed from something in February. Something that's been, it's been kind of like an addiction, or something that's has like a power over you or control over you. And you're going to break free. Because things are changing. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. So, if you're feeling oppressed, if you're feeling that you are stuck or stagnating, that's going to change. Things are going to be restructured. Things are going to break down so that you can rebuild in a better direction. You might be freed from something that has been like an obsession with you. Or there might have been someone in your life who was trying to control you. Or maybe you were helping someone through a difficult time. Maybe they were having some kind of dependency problem. And they just couldn't stand on their own 2 feet, but you're there for them. I feel like you're going to have some type of wake-up call. That you're suddenly going to see what's going on, and you're going to take action and make changes. Because things are changing with the Wheel of Fortune. It may be unexpected too. And you have this Page of Cups in your environment, so someone is going to reach out to you. You might get a message, an unexpected message. So, and if it's not it could be a child that has a message for you. Someone who's very sensitive and artistic. Or it could be a love message, a message of love from someone. Unexpected, that you probably thought, well, I didn't even know this person. You're not going to expect it. So there could be a new beginning in love with someone who reaches out to you out of the blue. And here's this Queen of Cups. This is someone who's very spiritual, very sensitive, very artistic, creative. So you could be connecting with maybe a water sign. I don't like to get into the signs because I think the court cards can represent so many different people and aspects. So I just like to talk about the personality. Yeah, it could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But it could also be someone who's just very sensitive, very artistic, very intuitive, very empathic, very spiritual, psychic. That person could be in your future. And you might, it's going to change your life in a big way. Because either whatever you're working on, you're going to come to some kind of a wake-up realization, whether it's your relationships that have to change or your work situation that has to change. You're going to be restructuring. And you're going to be moving in a better direction. Because the Tower is kind of like when lightning strikes, it represents illumination. It's like everything is dark and then lightning hits and you could see, for that moment. You have that brief moment of seeing in the dark. And once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. So there could be some kind of a wake-up or a realization in one of your relationships, and you decide to make major change, and it frees you because you're suddenly seeing the truth, and you know what to do, and you're putting the struggle down, or you're knowing how to handle whatever's been holding you back, whatever's been keeping you trapped. You're going to be freed. You're going to free yourself from it. And you're not going to be so chained. It's like someone has power over you. Or you're just addicted to the path and you can't let go or something. You're going to wake up and you're going to go in a new direction. And that new direction is going to be a lot better. It's going to free you up. So let's see what the astrology has to say. The full moon in Leo is happening in your 7th house. So it is about the other relationship. There's going to be a wake-up call in a relationship or an awakening in a relationship, and you're going to see the truth about it. If someone's been pulling the wool over your eye, you'll see the truth. If someone, I mean, it doesn't have to be negative. It could just be that you're just waking up and you're realizing what's happening and you realize what you need to do. It could be a wake up where you realize you love someone, that you've been, busy doing this, and then suddenly you're like, oh, I really like this person. I mean, it doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be like a shock. But it does mean change, major change, because once you know the truth, once you know what you want, it just shifts everything. So there could be something that comes to light in a relationship that helps you to realize that you need to be in a situation that allows you creative freedom. So if you're in a situation where you feel trapped and you can't move and your ideas are being, you're not allowed to develop your ideas, or you're feeling blocked, and I feel like that could be even career, you're going to break free of that. You're going to find a solution that allows you to express yourself and your gifts without censure as much, because this is stubborn energy. This is rigid, conservative energy, the Hierophant. So it could be that you're dealing with an organization that's very, conservative, and it's not open to change. Or you could be dealing with a person who's very stubborn and not open to change. Sometimes the Hierophant could be, they say that it could be a Taurus, but it doesn't have to be. It could be anyone that's just being stubborn and rigid and not wanting to work with you. Because with the Five of Wands, it's like the people in the Five of Wands, everybody wants to do their own thing. Everyone has their own agenda. Nobody wants to work together. It's been difficult trying to get people on the same page. But that's going to start to change. That is going to change. You have Mars in the 12th house. The 11th house, I'm sorry. So that's activating your friendships, the groups that you belong to, the causes that you believe in. So, the 11th house is about groups that come together to help change the world in some way, or make the world a better place. It relates to your energy, the Aquarian energy, because what's good for the many, With Mars there, you're going to be taking action. It's like, I really want to achieve a goal, and I have the energy, I want to do it. Even if it means changing my whole life around. I'm tired of being stuck, I'm tired of being trapped. It's like, it's time for me to make a change. It's time for me to live an authentic life and to fight for what I believe in, and to do something that I feel passionate about. So I feel like your work is changing in some way. That you may want to do something that really helps society, and in doing that, in following that dream, it's going to involve a lot of change. Upsetting the apple cart a little. But you don't care. You're okay with that. Aquarius, out of all the signs in the zodiac, Aquarius is the most comfortable with change. You kind of embrace it. You welcome it. Because what's the alternative? Stagnation and death, So you have Neptune and Mercury going through the second house. You have to watch your money this month. You may have illusions. I know most of the time when Neptune's in your second house, you don't really pay attention to money. You think, the universe will provide. What I need will come. You have to be careful where your money's going. You have to look at contracts. Maybe you need to rework contracts, because Mercury's going retrograde. And so that's a time of rethinking, reworking, reevaluating. So you're going to be thinking about, what do I value? Where am I spending my money? What is it that I feel I need to be secure? Is it money? It may be money. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's relationship. Maybe it's the feeling of being loved. Maybe it's being able to communicate with someone. So if you're signing a contract, or if you're doing anything that has like investing, or doing anything that relates to money, just check all the fine print and make sure you've got everything covered, and make sure you've got all the details in writing. Because with Neptune in Pisces and Mercury in Pisces, there's a lot of confusion. Mercury's not strong in Pisces. Mercury is kind of spacey in Pisces. You're not thinking clearly. Mercury does much better in, let's say, Gemini or even Aries. I mean, any other sign but Pisces, where it's just not. It's like it's like it's drugged. It's not thinking clearly. It's not communicating clearly. People are not understanding you. You're trying to say something, it's like you're talking a foreign language. You're like, am I speaking like gibberish? People are not getting me. So you have to really be detailed in your communication. Saturn and Pluto are going through your 12th house. It's a time of clearing out. It's a time of confronting your baggage and clearing it out. Get rid of it. You're preparing for the end of a cycle so that you could get ready for the new beginning. When they move into Aquarius, when Saturn and Pluto move into Aquarius, look out. That's going to change your identity in big time. You're going to be stepping in to the power. You're going to, you can't hide in the shadows anymore. You're going to be visible up front and center. So it's like curtain time when Saturn. That'll be coming later in a couple of years. But it's soon. Because Saturn and Pluto are toward the end of Capricorn. They're in the 20, I think one is 22, one is 24, something like that, degrees. So they only have a little bit more to go. Especially Saturn will get there first. Saturn will be in Aquarius by probably the end of the year. So it's a time of clearing out and a time of releasing the things that were once good and no longer serve. Throwing out the garbage, throwing out the baggage, getting rid of all your fears, getting rid of whatever's holding you back, so you can prepare for this new start coming up in a year or two. So then we have this new moon in Pisces, and that's happening in your second house. So there could be a new source of income, a new creative project that you really enjoy. There could be some money coming in that allows you to do something with your home, because you have Uranus in your home, in your 4th house. So you could decide to move, or you decide to renovate your home so that it looks totally different when you're done. Venus is in your 3rd house. That's really good for communication, for being, if it's for your relationships with your siblings will be more harmonious, but also your speaking style will be softer and kinder and more charming when Venus is there. Jupiter's in your 12th house, so you have a guardian angel watching you or protecting you from behind the scenes. It's helping you to, take advantage of this energy going through your 12th house. You may feel like taking time out to meditate, and especially when Mars was in the 12th house, you just felt like low energy. But it's going to be curtain time. So at some point you're going to have to get away from, being behind the scenes and take your stage, take your place in the world. So now's a good time to go through all your, even literally go to your house and get rid of stuff that you haven't worn in years, or go to the basement and get rid of all the stuff you've been accumulating there. It's a great time for clearing out with all this energy in your 12th house. And it's really a time of preparation. You're ending a cycle and preparing for something new to begin. It's kind of gestating. It's under the, it's like the seed in the ground. It's starting to sprout. It's just like a little cocoon, and it's feeling, and it's getting nurtured by the soil, and then suddenly it's going to break free and start to rise up. And that will be when Saturn and Pluto are in your 1st house in Aquarius. But right now, it's a time of getting rid of junk, making room for the new, making changes, because opportunity is going to be knocking soon. And it could be a love relationship with the Page of Cups. Could be a career opportunity where you go off in a different direction. But whatever you're doing, you're going to be doing it. It'll be more authentic. You'll be moving in a better direction. So don't be afraid of the restructuring. Don't be afraid of the changes. And don't let anything hold you back or tie you down in February. Because you can't tie down an Aquarius. You need your freedom. So if there's a relationship that you feel is sucking the life out of you, set some boundaries. And don't be afraid of love. There is love coming. Someone is going to be giving you a message of love. It could be a water sign. So if you're ready to receive, you could have something, a really tender moment with this person. So that's my forecast, Aquarius, for February. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you'd like a private reading based on your personal situation, just click on the link in the description box. We'll get you on the schedule. In the meantime, thank you everyone who has been supporting my channel by either liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, ordering readings. I love you all. I value your support, and I hope I've been able to help you with these videos. So in the meantime, have a happy Valentine's, happy birthday. Have a wonderful February, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.